Are you looking for the best 4K TVs? In this video, we will look at some of the 7 best 4K TVs on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Number 1. Samsung 65-inch S90D OLED 4K TV. The S90D offers a most impressive balance between picture performance and price of any 4K TV we've tested. The display uses an OLED panel with quantum dots, enabling an infinite contrast ratio, a wide range of colors, and a brighter image than mid-range competitors from LG and Sony. OLED tech gives the S90D deep black levels and wide viewing angles, while the display's quantum dots allow it to produce more intense colors than a standard OLED. It also has exceptional peak brightness for a mid-range set. We measured a max of 1,240 nits, which is about 200 nits more than its predecessor, the S90C. This level of brightness makes the TV a great fit for dark home theaters and typical living rooms. HDR, high dynamic range, movies and shows from 4K Blu-rays or streaming services like Prime Video and Disney Plus look especially stunning using the HDR10 and HDR10 Plus formats. Smart TV features are also robust, with access to every popular app. You also get Alexa and Bixby voice control. The interface is solid, but we do wish navigation speed was more consistent, and we encountered a few glitches involving notifications and a setting that's supposed to disable apps from automatically opening. These are minor drawbacks, though, and are likely to be fixed with firmware. The S90D also includes a gaming hub that lets you access cloud services like Xbox Game Pass to stream games without a console. Samsung is the only brand to include the Xbox app built in. If you pair the TV with a gaming PC, it can also support a smooth 144 Hz refresh rate. Number 2. Hisense 65-inch U6N QLED 4K TV. The Hisense U6N is the best 4K TV for anyone who wants an affordable QLED that doesn't skimp on picture quality. Like its predecessor, the U6K, the U6N uses quantum dots and full-array local dimming, features typically reserved for pricier displays. Even better, the U6N has a mini LED backlight with more dimming zones than the older U6K, which gives improved contrast control. Though its full retail price is $800, the 65-inch U6N is often on sale for under $600, making it the most affordable mini LED TV on the market. But while the TV's contrast performance is great for its class, black levels aren't quite as deep and uniform as they are on pricier QLEDs or OLED models. We also noticed a bit more banding, blocky rather than smooth gradients of color, in certain streaming apps. But these flaws are forgivable given the low cost. The U6N is also dimmer than more expensive sets, with a peak brightness of around 625 nits. Though not as bright as top models, that's still enough to start seeing the benefits of HDR content. It also offers Dolby Vision support to display the most accurate HDR image the panel can produce. On the downside, the U6N is limited to a 60 Hz refresh rate. This means it can't enable 120 Hz support with a PS5 or Xbox Series X. Viewing angles are mediocre too, but they're on par with what you can expect in this price range. Number 3. LG 65-inch C4 OLED 4K TV. LG C4 came close to earning the top spot in this guide as the best 4K TV overall, but the Samsung S90D has an edge in a few areas. Still, the C4 is an excellent mid-range OLED alternative for anyone who prefers the LG brand. Though it lacks the quantum dot tech that boosts Samsung's OLED in brightness and color volume, the C4 still has great image performance and solid smart TV capabilities. Like all TVs that use OLED panels, the C4 achieves an infinite contrast ratio with inky black levels that look fantastic when watching movies in a dark room. It also has good viewing angles, so contrast doesn't fade if you're sitting toward the side of the TV. Peak brightness is good for a mid-range OLED, at around 1,000 nits, which is about 200 nits more than the older C3 this model replaced. However, the C4 can't match the 200 plus nits that Samsung's similarly priced S90D can hit. On the plus side, the C4 does have one picture quality perk that our top pick lacks: Dolby Vision support. Dolby Vision is regarded as the best HDR format, since it can tell your TV how to display contrast and colors with more precision. However, its benefits are subtle, especially on TVs in this class. We don't consider Dolby Vision to be a must-have feature, but it is a nice inclusion. Number 4. TCL 65-inch QM7 QLED 4K TV. TCL's QM7 4K display is a mid-range TV champ, with performance that beats more expensive mid-tier QLEDs from brands like Samsung. During our review, we measured a peak brightness of around 1,700 nits, which enables the TV to deliver excellent HDR performance, even in rooms with lots of light. Like the Hisense U6N, this TV uses a mini LED backlight with full-array local dimming capabilities. But while the U6N has a couple hundred dimming zones, the QM7 has over 1,000, which enables better control over its light output. This results in good black levels and minimal blooming, large halos around bright objects. However, black levels looked a little elevated and patchy in certain scenes when we tested the TV in a dark room, but performance is strong considering the QM7's price. Colors are also vivid and rich, with a wide gamut thanks to the display's quantum dots. Unfortunately, those colors do fade a bit if you watch the TV from an off-center position. Likewise, picture processing isn't as high-end as we've seen on flagship Sony, LG, and Samsung sets, so low-quality streams and cable TV feeds don't look quite as sharp as they appear on pricier displays. On the plus side, the QM7 is one of the few TVs in its price range to support a fast 144Hz refresh rate when paired with a PC, 120Hz with a PS5 or Xbox Series X. Number 5. Samsung's 65-inch S95D 4K OLED TV. Samsung's S95D is the brightest OLED TV we've ever reviewed. It also boasts an anti-glare screen with a matte finish to combat reflections better than any other display in this guide. These two qualities make an ideal OLED for buyers who have bright rooms plagued by glare from windows and lights. With the S95D set in filmmaker mode, the TV's most accurate picture preset, we measured a peak brightness of 1,700 nits. That's 200 nits more than we measured on top OLED models from Sony and LG. Though the S95D can only sustain that number briefly before dimming significantly, most HDR highlights that need to get that bright, like an explosion, only appear on screen for quick flashes. As a result, we don't consider this behavior to be a big deal. In addition to delivering excellent HDR10 and HDR10 Plus performance with vivid colors and punchy highlights, the TV's high brightness gives you more wiggle room to adjust the display's luminance to suit rooms that let in a lot of light. The S95D is also one of the few TVs you can buy that uses a matte screen instead of a glossy screen. Number 6. LG 65-inch G3 OLED 4K TV. LG's G3 OLED is designed to hang flush on your wall with virtually no gap. Its thin design measures just under an inch and looks beautiful when wall-mounted. The G3 was released in 2023, but it remains in stock and still compares favorably to newer TVs in price and performance. Though there are OLED TVs with thinner profiles, like the Samsung S95D, that display requires a separate connection box to house its ports and processing components. The G3 maintains a slim design while keeping everything within the TV's cabinet. And thankfully, the display's picture performance is just as impressive as its elegant styling. The panel doesn't use quantum dots like Sony and Samsung OLEDs, but instead uses micro lens array, MLA technology, to produce similar peak brightness levels. We measured a peak of around 1,470 nits, just under the highest measurement we got with the Sony A95L. On the downside, the G3's lack of quantum dots means that color volume isn't as high as what you'd get on the A95L or Samsung's OLEDs. Number 7. Roku 65-inch Pro Series 4K QLED TV. The Roku Pro Series is an excellent 4K TV for anyone who wants a simple and straightforward smart TV experience. The display is one of the few QLEDs in the upper mid-range class to come with the Roku OS operating system built in. Roku OS is our favorite interface thanks to its streamlined navigation and reliable performance. Roku's home screen focuses on apps with access to every major streaming service there is. Apps are arranged via large icons that you can order however you like. Unlike other smart TV systems like the Fire TV OS, Roku doesn't bombard you with content recommendations on the homepage, but you can always jump into the What to Watch section on the sidebar to see various recommendations across genres. The TV's assembly is also convenient with left and right feet that can be attached without any tools. Instead, they have knobs that can be turned to keep them in place. You can also choose between a low or high position to accommodate a soundbar.